The old house creaked like a dying beast. Elias inherited it from a great aunt he'd never met, a woman rumored to have dabbled in things best left undisturbed. The place was a time capsule, filled with dusty antiques and an unsettling stillness that clung to the air like a shroud. He'd been staying there for a week, trying to sort through the remnants of her life, and each night brought a fresh wave of unease. It started subtly. A misplaced book, a door left ajar that he was sure he'd closed. Then came the whispers, faint at first, like wind through dry leaves, just at the edge of hearing. Elias would jolt awake, heart pounding, only to find the room silent and empty. He'd dismiss it as his imagination, amplified by the isolation and the sheer creepiness of the house. One particularly stormy night, the power flickered out, plunging the house into absolute darkness. Elias fumbled for his phone, its flashlight beam a meager defense against the oppressive black. As he swept the light across the living room, it landed on the ornate, antique mirror above the fireplace. For a split second, he saw it, a reflection that wasn't his own. A gaunt, shadowed face, eyes burning with an unnatural luminescence, leering back at him from the glass. He gasped, stumbling backward, his phone clattering to the floor. When he dared to look again, the mirror showed only his own terrified face. The next day, driven by a morbid curiosity he couldn't quell, Elias researched his great aunt. He found a brittle, yellowed newspaper clipping detailing her sudden disappearance decades ago, along with hushed local gossip about arcane rituals and pacts made in the dead of night. A cold dread settled in his stomach. That night, the whispers were louder, more insistent. They seemed to coil around him, tugging at his sanity. He huddled in bed, blankets pulled tight, every creak and groan of the house sending shivers down his spine. He heard a soft scraping sound from the hallway, like fingernails dragging across wood. Elias held his breath, straining his ears. It stopped. Then, a low, guttural moan, impossibly close, seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. He needed to get out. He scrambled out of bed, his hands shaking as he tried to find his keys. He heard it then, a distinct, wet thud from the direction of the main staircase. He froze, the sound echoing in the unnatural quiet. A faint, phosphorescent glow began to seep from beneath his bedroom door. It pulsed, a sickly green light that seemed to breathe. Elias' breath hitched. He could feel a pressure building, a suffocating weight in the air. The doorknob slowly, agonizingly, began to turn. He backed away, his eyes wide with terror as the door creaked open. The green light intensified, illuminating a figure standing in the doorway. It was tall, impossibly thin, its limbs contorted at unnatural angles. Its skin was a pallid, translucent white, and from its stretched jaws dripped a thick, black ichor. Its eyes, sunk deep in their sockets, glowed with that same malevolent green light. A chilling, raspy whisper slithered into the room, a sound that promised an eternity of suffering. Elias screamed, a raw, animal sound, as the entity took its first step into the room. ancient house groaning in anticipation. I'm Aqeela, and welcome to the Aqeela Files. Did you think that was the end? The house groans, the entity feeds, and Elia's scream is just the beginning. Now, the question isn't if you'll be next, but when. Don't forget to subscribe if you dare, and don't close your eyes tonight.